Prime Minister Narendra Modi says the government has decided to set up fast-track courts in order to ensure swift and stringent punishment for those involved in paper leaks. Now, this comes as protests over the NEET paper leak continue in the national capital, with fresh clashes that have been reported between protesters and police on Wednesday night. The Prime Minister said that there is nothing more important than the welfare and future of the country's youth, and added that he's directed the concerned authorities as well as officials to take all necessary steps to set up fast-track courts. The Prime Minister added that those who try to harm the future of the country's youth will not be spared. The Cockroach Jantar Party, which is leading the protests, has pledged to continue the agitation until the Education Minister resigns. Sporadic clashes broke out as crowds of protesters swelled around the protest site at Jantar Mantar. According to the Delhi police, some miscreants even attacked officers with stones and bottles near Connaught Place on Wednesday evening. It was reported that 6 officers, including 2 assistant commissioners of police, sustained head injuries in these clashes. Heavy security, meanwhile, has been deployed in the area, and the Delhi Metro has closed 16 stations near the protest site since Thursday morning. Earlier, the CJP had alleged that internet services were shut down in the area and questioned whether the police were preparing for a broader crackdown. Meanwhile, activist Sonam Wangchuk said that he's willing to end his indefinite fast if the centre accepts his key demands. These include an assurance that no action will be taken against students involved in the ongoing protests over the exam paper leak.
मैं सरकार से विनती करता हूं कि वो और ऐसे ताकत बल का प्रयोग न करें बच्चों पर, और दूसरी बात, उन पर आरोप और एफआईआर जिससे कि उन्हें सताया जा सके जेल या पुलिस द्वारा, ये न करने की मुझे आश्वासन चाहिए.
All right, let's quickly go across to my colleague Dharamjot Kaur, who's joining us on the phone line. Dharamjot, tell us what is happening at present. How's the situation looking like today? And tell us also about the clashes that broke out last evening.
Well, Samiksha, the scenes have been pretty much consistent with respect to the number of protesters who are present at the site. There is a pattern that we see for the past couple of days. The number gradually increases in the afternoon and the evening, and the crowd swells towards the night. But for the past 2 days, there have been incidents of clashes between a few protesters and the security personnel present at Jantar Mantar. Now, the police that has registered FIRs is also continuing to use surveillance via video cameras and other modes of online surveillance to try and identify certain so-called miscreants who are creating trouble and chaos at the protest site. On the other hand, the protesters have alleged that the security personnel are not taking stringent action against certain goons who are present at the Jantar Mantar protest site and try to incite the protesters present over there. In fact, there have been videos that protesters have been posting and sharing about some of these unnamed individuals who have lathis in their hands but are not police personnel. And so they are demanding action from police against these unidentified individuals with respect to taking the same kind of stringent action that is being promised for the past few days. So that has been the scenario in terms of a few sporadic events that have occurred last night and also the night before that. The day usually remains calm. The energy is still very high at the protest site with respect to the demands and chants that keep taking place over there. But with respect to the demands that are being met or not being met, that conversation is still at a bit of a standstill. On the political front now, we are seeing the Prime Minister's first statement on the NEET paper road leak being made in public. A couple of days ago, we heard from the Parliament Affairs Minister, Kiran Rijiju, who said that the Prime Minister had addressed the NDA lawmakers and spoken about the issue with respect to taking strict action, and also talking about how all sides and all stakeholders need to come together for India's education system's reform. But this, of course, this post that we're looking at is the first public statement that the Indian Prime Minister has made with respect to a strict crackdown on the people who leaked the NEET paper. And so how that takes forward in terms of legal recourse. There is conversation now and the PM's announcement about fast-track courts. So clearly a bit of action will be expected on the legal front, and then the next few days, of course, on this are going to be very, very critical to watch out for with respect to what the judiciary does on this front, Samiksha.
Right, Dharamjot, thank you for getting us all those details. We will, of course, keep coming back to you as and when more inputs trickle in.